And we should be live, boys.
All right, let's go.
Ooh, baby. Good to have you on, guys. Good to have you on. Now, if you guys don't know who this handsome fellow is, I mean, you guys will probably right now because he's been grinding, bro. You have been grinding the hell. Dude, you've been going on
I,
like so many podcasts. You've been pumping out content. You've been insane.
I've been bored.
You've been
Dude,
bored.
dude,
I mean,
I think I got bored. It's boring. Life's boring. So I was like, yeah, Rock Sandy wants me on a podcast. Hell yeah, let's go.
dude, and
Like,
you guys
this
don't
is
even
fun.
understand. Like, he has another podcast today as well. Like, holy
Shit,
hell.
I do. Yeah, it's like 9 o'clock.
Dude,
All right.
how do you have
Well,
time for this?
um, I don't know. I just kind of make it work. Uh, I had a drip stream originally planned for like right now, so I had the slot open.
Mm-hmm.
So it kind of worked out. Rock just like hit me up. He's like, "Hey man, when are we gonna do a podcast together?" I'm like, "How about like 1 hour?"
Dude,
He's like,
I
"All
thought you
right."
were joking. I was like, oh yeah, he's just joking. But he was actually for real. I was like, well, I'm not really doing anything in like 30, 40 minutes anyway, so might as well like, let's hit it. Fine.
Well, I think that's the thing. It's like everyone's super busy all the time, me included. But like, there's always an hour where you're like, "Ah, you know what? I'm not gonna bullshit myself. I have nothing going on right now."
Dude, the
So
grind
that's
set.
kind of the mentality.
Dude, honestly, that is hella based. That is very based. Dude,
I mean, because like no one's that busy, right? Like, no
unless
one's that busy.
do you think Elon Musk is what do you think of, like Elon Musk's schedule? Do you think he like has like the time like an hour here or
Bro,
there?
do you know what he's doing? He's like the what, like the 20th top ranked player in like Dota or something. He just plays video games all day.
He plays video games all day? What do you mean?
Like I think he's like literally in the top. I think it's Dota. It might be a similar game, but he's like the top 20 Dota player in the world, and all he does is just like that's all he does now. Like I don't know if that's his like
Oh,
rebrand.
oh, you're right. It was what was it called? That game. It was I don't think it was Dota. No, actually, maybe it was.
It could be like League of Legends, one of those like uber nerd games
Yeah,
that like are way too complex for me.
Diablo,
But like,
Diablo.
that's all he does. Diablo. Okay, yeah. So I don't know if that's like a branding thing, like like Mark Zuckerberg's cool now, Elon's a gamer. I don't know what that. I don't know, but that's all he does. So yeah, I mean but he hires people to do all like the important shit. I guess that's the difference.
Now, a lot of people he gets a lot of hate just because he's like a billionaire, and like, he people don't like that he gets taken credit for other people's work. But I mean, I'm kind of like this, like bro. If there were other billionaires out there, why aren't they doing the shit he's doing? Like freaking doing SpaceX or doing these like like innovative stuff. Like sure, he might not be like hand in hand in creating those, but he facilitated an environment for those projects to be created. So I was like, I think
I agree. If I was a billionaire, man, I'd be doing all the shit he's doing. I'd be doing more. Like they buy a big ass house and big and fancy cars and like that's it. Get maybe some like hard drugs, but like I'd be building theme parks on the moon and I'd be doing all sorts
exactly.
of fun stuff. At least he's like doing something interesting,
I
whether he thought about it all up or not. But
Yeah, I agree. I feel like a lot of people are just very how to say it, like contentious and dislike very wildly successful people. Have you ever gotten that problem where like people just like they don't know who you are, what you stand for, they don't even like they don't care about your opinions, but just because you are successful with a like a business rip and ship or not rip and ship a business, um
right.
you just get like this hate automatically.
Oh yeah, every like okay, I'm not gonna lie. Actually, the comment section is extremely positive. Like, but yeah, I mean, every video there's at least like two or three. But shockingly, for whatever reason, I've attracted a very positive crowd. So I'll be thankful for that.
No, that's actually really good to hear. I mean, I've seen your comment rant. I saw that video. That was hilarious, dude. That was so good. That
I'm
was
such a troll.
honestly, I love that. And dude, you've been like those videos have been garnering some quite a bit of views. Like what was it, 7,000? Like that comment rant video.
Dude, it's nuts. Like I made a basically a video reacting to another video, and like the views on this shit. I don't understand. I'm looking at it right now. I don't understand like 12,000, 9,600, 12,000, 7,000, 12,000, 10,000, 8,500, 35,000, 22,000. I don't know. The algorithm's treating me real good lately. So I don't know. I'm just letting YouTube's algo do its thing.
Well, what have you been like doing like differently, if you would say, like, because I know a lot of people are interested in like, hey, how do I like improve my channel? What am I doing wrong? What am I doing right? I personally think it's almost like a roll of the dice where you kind of like don't know what the frick is going on. You just like roll with it. But like if you had to choose like maybe few key pointers on that contributed to your success, well, what do you think it would be?
Well, for this past like couple months, I think these are going to be very oddly specific, but the oddly specific shit seems to work. The
Yeah.
audio has to be good. Like it has to be because
Mm.
on this kind of content, I guarantee we got what 60 people in here. I guarantee 50 of them aren't even watching. They got it on in the background while they're driving or working out or
Yeah.
working, whatever. So if the audio sucks, I think that's like one thing. So I've been really focused on like getting good audio and then just being like real and talking like off the dome. I don't have scripts on anything. I don't even make an outline for most videos. I just talk. And I think that natural speech, people are attracted to it. So I've just been doing that. And once you do hit one that like hits, you have to just keep on kind of petting the algo on the head. Just like, oh yeah, here's another video, bud. And you just keep pumping that shit out. And what I've learned is, and this will save you guys a lot of time at home. I know like Rock, he doesn't really do like crazy edits. Opossum Bud doesn't do it. Like I don't do any edits. The videos where you don't edit and you don't really try that hard, for me, those suckers hit the hardest. Like the ones where I'm just like, F it, I'm gonna complain about a comment. I'll turn the camera on, I'll do my spiel for 12 minutes, I'll upload that shit. It's like an hour 20 minutes to get that video on YouTube total. Those will do just as good as the ones where I really try hard on. So I'm like, I'm just gonna stop trying. I'm just gonna pump
it
out as much as I can. So don't focus too much.
it's so weird because I feel like we had this like weird shift in like the algorithm because usually what it was like YouTube highly rewarded very maybe high quality content, I would say. And now we're just
Yeah.
having a shift where just people are interested in like just raw videos. I feel like they're almost getting fatigued by this like high edited, high production level stuff, and they just want to have like a breather where like, dude, I just want somebody who's like genuine, talks into the camera, and that's it. Just have something in the background while I work. And I feel like YouTube is like rewarding that a lot more lately.
It is for sure, and that's why you're doing so well too, because you just talk to a can. You don't do it. You put on a shirt, you sit on
Yeah.
your chair, and you talk, and there's no other preparation.
Yeah.
You might not even be wearing pants. You don't need to.
You know what?
I
Like
don't.
a good 90% of the time, I'm just wearing underwear. Like right now, underwear.
Yeah, it worked. I mean,
Boom.
that's all you like. That's all the prep you need. All the prep you need is a shirt, and
Exactly.
it's like I think it works because we're in such a loneliness epidemic right now, where like everyone is lonely and they don't talk to people, and a lot of times like Pokemon's a huge niche, but it's still a niche where a lot of people don't know other Pokemon fans.
Mm.
And so to hear people just talking naturally about it makes you feel like you're part of a friend group. The what's the word, the parasocial relationship,
Yeah, parasocial. Yeah.
like vibes are high in the Pokemon community, and I think it works. So yeah, I mean, I think we just need to kind of ride the wave because I don't think it's going to be like this forever. But that's why I'm pumping out as much as I can because in like 2025, 2026, when this algorithm boost ends, I'm going to be pissed that I don't have
Yeah.
100,000 subs by then.
Yeah. I feel like almost like the open door is closed by then, and so many new
Yeah,
people went to the hobby. So you're gonna have like a hard time trying to establish like a channel, because I mean, I've been doing content for what, I don't know, like 4 years on it. Actually, no, yeah, and pretty consistent. Like I've never really taken like a month solid off. Um,
a month off is devastating. I'm
yeah,
guessing.
yeah, a month off. It was quite a bit, but it's funny because like my content is very weird because like I could take like 2-3 weeks off and I would still get the same amount of views, and then
Mm.
I do more videos in the span of 3 weeks and I get like less views. It's kind of weird, but I think it's maybe just too many videos. Like my subscribers like I gave too much content to my subscribers. I'm not too sure, but it's my channel is very weird because I don't know. Maybe that's just me, but for other channels, for sure, like have taken like a very big extended break could be devastating. It's best to always stay
Yeah.
consistent, for sure.
Yeah,
So
you gotta. I mean, if you feel like you're gonna get busy, make 20 videos in a week and just schedule them out once every 3 days, and you'll be set.
and then there's when
I
there's
always
like
say
a
I'm gonna do that, and then I just post them all on the same day. Like I posted 3 videos last night.
that is insane. I keep on
Stupid.
getting a notification. I'm like, dude, well, I can't watch all these videos, man. What's going on? And I still end up watching all the videos.
Yeah, it's stupid. Like if I was smart, I'd schedule those out and I'd give myself a freaking day off. But some of the stuff, you just got to put out there. Some of it's important. What would the world do without knowing the Umbreon has a high resolution picture now?
That's so
It'd
true.
be devastating. They'd
What
have
do
to
you
go to
think?
someone else.
What is your favorite one of the tarot cards?
I mean, I think the Umbreon's objectively the coolest, but I'm not like an Umbreon simp, so I feel unbiased when I say that. I like Espeon the best, but the Umbreon's like objectively the coolest to me. I could see the Sylveon being people's favorites though, because like it's definitely the prettiest.
Mm.
But the Umbreon's just cool. I mean, like that the detail on it's just sick.
I do say it's kind of unique. It's very abstract. So maybe it's been
Yeah.
growing on me slightly. Because listen, I'm a master tarot card hater. I do not think they
Okay.
look good. A lot of them, but I feel like now they're kind of getting in a sort of a rhythm where you could actually see the Pokemon instead of like a freaking
Yeah.
zoomed in shot where you barely can see anything and the tarot card is just like extending all over the card. I'm like, bro,
Those
please.
Ogre Pawn ones are disgusting.
Oh,
I
oh,
forgot what set.
it was freaking chat. Help me out. Well, I forgot which set, but I agree. Those Orgapon ones
You know what I'm
are
talking about
great.
though.
Yeah,
Yeah. It seems like they fixed that, but yeah, I get the criticism.
no, for sure. I mean, I've never been really a. I don't know. I just like the more regular special illustration rare look, like where you see the Pokemon in the environment, like Latias, for example. I
Yeah.
think I think that one is like I would prefer that, but I think at least I'll give the credit to the evolution cards that came out. A lot of them are very very unique that I just wouldn't expect Pokemon to do. So I'll give them that. I think that was very. Oh, the chat is saying Twilight Masquerade.
Okay. Ironically, a set that people absolutely love and pay too much for. So the irony, but yeah, it's yeah, I agree with you. I like the Latias vibes. The Goldango leak from whatever the festival set,
Yeah,
Drestal
yeah, yeah.
Festival, that looks like not like a Pokemon card. It's just a different vibe, and
Yeah,
I fuck with
very.
it. Like I'm all for it.
Yeah, very dude. It's a bit of a goofy Pokemon, but I kind of like it for sure.
Yeah, Goldango's a goofball, definitely, but I feel like they embraced his goofballness in a way
Yeah.
like it's kind of self-realized. Like I'm like, oh, I'm good with this.
Nicholas says Brian is taking over everywhere. He really is. He's pumping out the content. Like, how many podcasts have you done in a matter of like a week?
It seems like I do quite a few now. I don't know. People just DM me and I go sure, because again,
Sure.
it's an hour. I mean, who cares? Like, disclaimer, my cousin Abby, she works for me. She'll be coming in soon, and I might need to settle the dogs down. Like, it's not like I'm always completely. There's always something going on here, but like, shit,
Yeah.
content's fun.
And
Why
it
not?
is. It is. I don't know. It's always kind of like because I do writing on the side as well, like pretty much
Oh,
full time because I do I write novels and shit, and I publish them. But I, I don't know what it is
interesting.
about content, but I just like I know I should be writing right now. I should be writing, but then I'm just having these content ideas pop into my head. I'm like, frick. Oh no! I gotta write, and I just end up not writing at all.
The,
It's
the content ideas hurt. Like they come to your head, and you're like, damn it, I got to turn this camera on now.
yeah,
But dude, that's you write like novels and shit.
yeah. I
That's
write novels.
interesting.
Yeah, I've been doing that way before content. I think when I was like 13. So, yeah, I mean,
Wow.
I'm not like exactly old by any means, but it's quite a been quite a while.
Dude, that's wild. Like what genre?
It's like cyberpunk, uh, thriller, mystery type of deal. So I've been just doing that.
Okay.
I I was close to publishing my first book when I was like 14ish, but I was like, nah, don't like this. I gotta improve on my craft a bit. And then ever since, I've just been like every single day writing, no matter what comes to mind. And then yeah, I don't know if you watch anime, of course, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you will watch Attack on Titan?
Attack on Titan, that's it's one I've tried to get into. It's not my style of anime. I like the real
Oh,
like low key, wholesome, like nothing's really going on kind of anime. And then anything like Makoto Shinkai comes out with, because like that's cool
oh,
stuff.
Makoto Shinkai, dude,
But
he is so good. Although I say his new, did you watch his new movie, Suzume?
yeah, I it was all right.
Yo, dude,
I don't.
thank
Maybe I'm
you.
not deep enough. Maybe I'm not
No,
deep enough to respect it. Like it was just all right for me.
no, that is so true. And I get so much shit when I say this. I'm like, dude,
Well,
it
because you
was an
made a review about it.
no. I never made a review. I get shit from my family and my friends when I tell them
Okay.
that. But like, I don't know why. It was so a little confusing and out of place. I felt like he was just writing the same old, and just decided to throw in a little fantasy elements and different worlds. I was like, okay, I don't know. I'm not. I don't like this one. You watch Studio Ghibli,
Yeah.
right?
Oh yeah. I got the whole fancy pantsy Blu-ray set that I can't play with anymore because I don't have a Blu-ray player. But I've watched them all. They're love them.
Did you watch
Love them.
the
I
new
don't know.
one?
The new one with the yeah the pellet the
Yeah, the Pelican.
heron
Yeah, yeah,
whatever
yeah.
the hell. That was another one. It was entertaining. I liked it. It was like I think a little too deep for me to be
Mm,
honest. Like it was just like I don't know. It didn't feel as like magical and happy. Maybe I don't know.
mm.
It was all right.
Yeah, it was.
Not my top 10.
Yeah, I would agree. I think it was just a little bit confusing, for me. I don't know. I couldn't get into it too much. I couldn't get into it. I was like detached. But although animation, music, absolutely peak. Like
Oh yeah,
obviously for
yeah.
sure.
Technically speaking, it was amazing. I think I can judge like if something's gonna be beloved, and this is obviously very shallow, but like there will never be a heron plushie at like Spencer's or Hot
Yes.
Topic. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
it's not like a Totoro or like the little
Yeah.
suit spirit guys. Like that's iconic shit. Like there's not gonna be anything iconic that comes out of that movie,
What's your
for
favorite
better or worse.
Studio Ghibli movie?
I mean, Spirited Away is such like an obvious like normie response, but that was my first one I learned about him. Um, what did I really like though? I feel like such a mainstream normie saying that's my favorite.
No, it's
I
fair.
like
Trust me.
God, what's the other one? I can't think of it. I want to say Kiki's Delivery Service, but is that
Dude, no, that's
yeah
peak. That's so peak. No, hell
yeah
yeah.
Kiki's Delivery that's the only one my wife will watch with me. So I think I gotta vote that as my fave.
Honestly, that's fair. I've really loved that for a long time. It never gets like that much hype, compared to all the other films, and
Yeah,
I feel like it's a little bit, unfair. I was like, damn, come on, man, it's a really good
it's
story.
forgettable to people. Like
Yeah.
it's on people's forgettable list, and it shouldn't be.
We got the Bulba store in the chat. Good to see you, man. Huge fan.
What up?
We
Who's a
got.
nice guy?
Oh, I was. You know what's funny? I saw him at Card Party. Whatever this year. Dang, it feels so long ago. But I don't
Right?
know. I was gonna say hi to him, but he looked like busy, doing his vendor stuff, and I was like, you know what? I'm not gonna disturb him or anything. But good content, my guy. He's great.
That dude's always swamped. Like it looks stressful. I couldn't do the vending game. Not like him.
It is tough, man. I'm seeing, but like the vendor content space right now is popping the frick off as well.
Yeah. Oh, it is. I'd be afraid to start getting into it because I think it's going to be oversaturated within the next like three conventions. Honestly, like once Collecticon starts popping off again in 2025, give it three conventions and like anyone new to the game, they're gonna have a lot of trouble.
Do the same.
So
And,
don't spend 2,500 on a DSLR camera yet, folks. Like
yeah.
keep it chill.
I mean, especially with I feel like all of a sudden when the vendor POV content started happening, all of a sudden you see a bunch of these videos of thieves, and it kind of just got me wondering,
Hmm.
like, okay, it if you look at the timeline, it makes you just wonder how many unrecorded situations happened. It it's
Oh my god, yeah,
it's
it's
insane.
got to be a ton.
No, for sure.
Well, because like these thieves are stealing shit, knowing that half of the place has the cameras on, and that's not even deterring them. So yeah, before people did vendor POVs, my god, I mean it. The first year of CollectCon, I went to like 2 or 3 conventions that year. This was before vendor POV was like a big thing.
Hmm.
And I mean, I walked around for maybe 2 hours, and then one of my guys that follows me on YouTube, he's like, "Yeah, man, I just had this $1,500 slab stolen from me," and I'm just like, "Bro, like
Man,
that's a devastating amount of money for a lot of people, and especially like if you paid probably at least that for the plane ticket and the hotel, it's like now everything you sell, you're gonna break even at best. Like that's
yeah.
gotta suck."
I feel like the most profitable thing about vendors is the content they do with it nowadays. It's honestly kind of
Yeah,
crazy. But
the content, and the branding, like
yeah.
the sales themselves. I mean, if you're flying there, you want to stay at a comfortable hotel, you want to eat and have a good time. Like I'd imagine most people are breaking even.
Oh, for sure. And plus, I mean, like these cons like ask ridiculous monies for for the vendor spaces.
Yeah, the tables are expensive. I think I'd guess like $500. I don't know. I
Man.
shouldn't talk out of my ass, but they're expensive. I had a my like local mall uh in like northeast Omaha. They have like a thing in the summer. You can rent a table in this little cute area where you can like vend, and that was $200 a weekend, and it wasn't even like collector centric. So, 400 or $500 for something where like it's guaranteed Pokemon fans. It's a fair price, but like it's expensive if you're new. So I don't know. I'm gonna just stay online. That's easier for me.
Hmm. I mean, yeah. I mean, that's completely fair. The experience share says, "Damn, my Paldean Evolved orders yesterday from Pokestate got canceled down to 6 boxes this morning. Hopefully they don't cancel yours, Pokeani. They probably won't cancel you bigger guys." So Pokestate, I'm guessing that is the distributors.
Damn. Yeah, Peach State is a distributor. That's crazy.
Hmm.
Damn. Yeah, that's interesting. Maybe they gave them to me. They took yours away and threw them.
Is
I mean, that's probably what happened. They threw them to a bigger store. That sucks though.
do did
Hmm.
you get like a significant cut in your allocations for Paldi Evolved, or sorry, or Prismatic Evolutions, I should say?
Well, that's the thing. That's the problem with this stuff is you don't know, especially Peach State's really a lot later on things. You don't know what you're gonna get until I'd say like 4 to 5 weeks before release. I might be slightly off there, but I'll have no idea until like late December probably. And that's where it gets really hard for stores like me because a lot of people don't know this, so I guess I'll spit for a minute. You put an order in knowing that you're probably not going to get what you asked for. So if you want 500 ETBs, you want to order 1,000 because you're like, well, if they cut me in half, I get 500. That's great.
Yeah.
The issue arises where if it's a set that kind of flops, like Obsidian Flames ETBs, those are kind of the meme of choice for me. Well, if you ask for 1,000 and you get 1,000, you're like, oh shit, I didn't actually want 1,000. I just asked for that thinking I'd get 500. So
Hmm.
there's this weird like risk reward thing because if you wanted 500 and you ask for 500, you're probably going to get 250 or 300 because they kind of cut everyone percentage wise unless you're like a really big deal. And so that's where it gets tricky because you don't know how many you're going to get until just like 5 weeks before the official release date. And if at that time you're getting more than you really thought you would, like I ordered 4,000 prismatic ETBs from one,
Damn.
excuse me, from one supplier, and like realistically, I don't want to lay down that much money. I don't know how much that is, but that's a lot of money. I'd really want 2,000 probably. So if January 1st comes and they're like, "Oh yeah, Brian, we'll give you 4,000." I'll be like, "Oh shit, I'd better fire sell these so I can afford the invoice."
Yeah.
And it's like all this. I wish communication was faster from all parties because everything's just a guess, and in a lot of ways, it doesn't really help anyone. So even the Tropicos UPCs, which already sucked, I pre-sold those, and they were supposed to come out like I think November like 2nd, like the first week in November. They got delayed like until today. The release date's today now.
Damn.
So this is the second time. Shrouded Fable UTBs were the same way. Those got delayed a month. And so I'm looking at these Prismatic Evolutions items, and I'm like, I'm calling on Roxanne's channel now. That shit is not coming out on the 17th. No shot. No shot. Those ETBs are 3 weeks late, minimum.
Uh,
Pokemon has been so bad with those ancillary products, and with a set like Prismatic, no chance they're gonna have their shit together. So I'm not even gonna feel bad when I have to tell my customers that they're gonna be a month late because everybody else be selling these things at $100 a piece on eBay. We sold ours for like 46. So I'm
dang.
not gonna feel bad, but it's annoying. I mean, it's annoying the communication there.
I mean, dude, everyone is experiencing that right now. Like, it's just
Mm-hmm.
such a we're such in a weird place in the Pokemon space right now. And I'm just seeing every single store. Like I just got a notification today from a place called PokeNerds. Um,
Mm.
I don't know. I think it was PokeNerds. But I just got a notification and like in the matter of I would say 2 minutes, boom, it was just sold out immediately. And I'm like, damn, and this is a relatively big store, so I'm guessing they at least had like quite a bit that they're willing
Yeah,
to sell. And like, man, Prismatic Evolution is gonna be insanely huge. No matter
it's gonna be game changing.
no matter if I like think it's like a decent set or not, because my opinion is worthless. But uh, I it honestly at this point it doesn't even matter what my opinion is
Jesus.
because I already know with the game right now. I know this is gonna be insanely huge, and everyone is talking about it. So
Well, and it's like a lot of folks, YouTube commentators and anyone else, they look at only the customer side of things. Like, oh, this set's overhyped, everyone's FOMOing, and
yeah,
they're buying it. But what people don't realize is 50% of the FOMOing is actually happens on like my side of the equation because, like Prismatic Evolution. So I can't sell that for $100 on my site. I would be canceled. That's double MSRP.
yep, you
Some
would
people
be.
will do it, but I'm not going to F with that.
Yeah,
So people in my position, a lot of them are going to be like, "Oh, it's worth double that. I'm not going to sell that on my store. I'm just going to hold on to it." So not only is there all this FOMO on the customer side of things, where instead of buying one ETB, a customer is going to be like, "Well, shit, I might as well buy two. I could sell one and make the money back." There's customers are going to buy double what they normally would if they can get it at MSRP, while simultaneously stores are going to want to sell half of what they get because they know it's a good investment. So it's almost like a 4x multiplier
yeah.
that kills these popular sets, and it's this it's just this perpetuating thing that only gets worse and worse. And you'll see that with this new 151 BS set they got
Yeah.
coming out. Like stores like mine can't get that, but if I could get that, if vendors like me could get that, there's no chance they would list that at MSRP. They'd either scalp the shit out of it or just as likely hold on to it, thinking it's going to appreciate. So the demand's double, the greed is double.
Yeah.
So there's 4x less than what there should be. And then because of that, the hype builds up more, and it just keeps on collapsing. And I guess that's what a bubble is in some definition. But the prismatic thing, it's going to be way worse than people think because stores aren't going to want to sell it.
And not only that, the distributors as well, they're going to cut what they want to
Yeah,
give their customers in half because they know how incredibly popular this set is. So like, well, we could just wait a bit, give half, and then sell the other half at a way more bigger price so we could just get more profits. So I saw I'm not gonna name him, but there's this one guy who is in talks with his distributor, and they wanted $165 per Surging Sparks box.
holy shit,
And I was like,
that's
bro,
ridiculous.
I just got a Surging Sparks box like a week ago for 135. I don't know how I got that. It was from this unknown website,
Pretty good.
and I ended up opening it. But I was like, wow, I got so lucky. And it was just so funny because a lot of people were kind of like messaging me and says like, no, no, no. I mean, the distributors. That's not how distributors works. Like, they're not gonna cut it in
That's
half.
absolutely how they work.
I was like, bro, come on. Yeah, yeah. At the end of the day, they're a business as well. They also
Yeah.
want profits. It's not like they're just like this secret agent sent by Pokemon that gives the products equally. Like they're a business. Same with
Yeah.
LGSs. Same thing with vendors, businesses. That's just how things are. And yeah, it is very very funny to see this insane amount of demand. And as you said, it's going to be almost like a trickle effect or domino effect, where first it starts with the
Dominoes, yeah.
distributor. They're going to cut off, like cut in half what they want to give to their customers, and now the stores are going to cut in half what they want to give to their customers, and it's just going to have this perpetual effect down the line. It's
Yeah,
crazy
it's gonna be
times.
awful. I don't. It's not gonna get better either, because like you said, half half, and then the customers want double or triple,
Yeah.
and then the rippers are willing to pay double and then charge triple, and so everything just goes to shit. And like, if I'm being honest, I don't think it's gonna get better until like 2027. Like, I don't think Prismatic's gonna be even minorly affordable, because why the hell would it?
Yeah.
It's gonna be $8-9 a pack, just like 151. You'll be able to find it. There'll be a ton of them, but like this shit's just gonna keep getting eaten up. I don't know. I mean, I think so. I can't. I mean, I'm a big store and I can't even get 151 packs. I got two of the biggest distributors in the world, and I can't get shit. Not even in a ripoff way. Like, I'm like, yo, I'll pay $6 a pack. I'll do whatever. They don't have any. So Prismatic. I mean, if I look at my numbers, I haven't looked at the individual numbers, but I can tell you, Prismatic probably sold 5 times faster than 151. Like when we did the 151 UPCs last year, they sold pretty damn quickly.
Yeah.
But Prismatic, we sold like $48,000 of that in 10 minutes.
Holy shit, that's
I do
quite a
not have a
bit.
big enough business to where that makes sense.
Yeah.
Like I have the receipt. Is you made $55,000 today, and that was 300 ETBs, and then like packs, and then poster collections, binder collect, like all the little ancillary bullshit. But when I sold that much, like my phone was beeping so fast that like the individual beeps combined into this like it was like this
That's
long, like it
insane.
sounded like it was glitching out. And like the first thing I did, I didn't even have time to f with the quantity on my back end. I just hit hide like the products,
Wow.
because like the quantity was moving so fast. And 10 minutes. 151 did not ever do that. No, not the original
No.
release, not any of the restocks or whatever. Nothing sold faster than Prismatic. Eevee Heroes was the last set that did that. During the COVID boom, when I put Eevee Heroes on the site, I think we sold like $7,000 of Eevee Heroes in 2 minutes. It was insanity.
Damn.
Um, yeah, it was nuts. But and hey, that's the last EV set. Maybe EV's the magical factor there.
It just
I
goes
don't
to
know. I
show
think
you
people are screwed.
how similar like the markets from like the 2021 2022 boom to now is. I feel like there's three major kind of key events. There's the 2021 COVID boom, then there's like the Japanese boom era that happened like 2023.
Mm-hmm.
And then now we're going through another one that's going to be late 2024 to, I have honestly no idea. I'm thinking at least bare minimum to Team Rocket, to be honest. A little after Team Rocket. After
Yeah,
that,
I'm saying 2 years, honestly.
yeah, at least. I mean, I feel like
Yeah,
that's what happened in like the 2021 boom as well. It lasted around like about 1.5, 2 years, where like nobody could get shit at all.
yeah.
Like it was
And then, like you
insane.
said, a new one started.
Yeah.
Like I gotta tell you, I've never. I mean, this is obviously my first 4 year chunk in this industry, but like this has got to be the most wild first 4 years of any business. Like my every year of my 4 years in Pokemon has been absolutely insane, and I'm just like, where like I don't even know what normal is because I haven't been in the game that long. 4 years isn't that long,
Mm.
but like I have a feeling not any of the 4 years has been normal. So what is normal? I don't know yet. I guess maybe year seven I'll find out. Who
Yeah,
knows?
honestly, nothing about this time is normal. Like before 2021, I mean, LGSs were like in the red for a long time. Like they barely
Mm.
could move shit. And another one that was similar was there was always kind of like price fluctuations, but 2016 was a kind of like jump, like a steady jump after Pokemon Go released, and then sets
Oh, sure, sure.
like Roaring Skies went up $300 a box in 2016. So
Jesus.
yeah, we have like
I
this.
wasn't around then.
Yeah, we have like these like small little spurts of like spikes of demand. But right now, to be honest, this impresses me the most because it feels a lot different than the COVID boom. Because number one, at least COVID boom, they had like $2,000 expendable income that nobody knew what to do, what to spend with. So that I at least makes sense. They were
Right.
lockdowns. They
It's all
wanted to do
government money.
something. Yeah, like government money. They wanted to do something. They were bored. But right now, it's like why is it happening now? It almost doesn't make sense. It almost like it came out of the blue with no kind of set reason. Why do you think it automatically
Yeah.
happened?
Yeah, it doesn't feel like there was much of a catalyst for this one, which
Mm.
I think makes it feel more authentic.
Mm.
We're in a world right now where every other thumbnail is like market manipulation, lies, 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 and I'm like, well, that's obviously going on, comma, this is more authentic than a global pandemic that killed millions of people with a few celebrities making videos where you don't really know what their motivations actually were. Like, plus, millions, if not billions, of government dollars just thrown to peasants that don't know how to use money correctly. Like, this feels more authentic than that. Yeah, there's people, buying out TCG Player, but buying out TCG Player and using a free Stimmy check to buy Pokemon cards, like, those are different things.
Yeah.
So as far as what really triggered it this particular year, it's like from a store perspective, I don't really have any more insider information than you do. Like there's nothing on my end from my perspective as a business owner that gives me any sort of like, oh, well, it's obviously because of this. I mean, people were more negative about the Scarlet Violet era from the get-go than I think anything else, like anything on
Yeah.
the internet. Like people were negative about that more than anything. And it started off super slow. Paldea Evolved sucked when it came out. No one liked that.
Yeah, nobody did.
Scarlet and Violet, people were pissed. Obsidian Flames, I think I only bought like 400 booster boxes for my distro, and we didn't even sell all those. Like, no one gave a shit up until what Twilight Masquerade maybe is when people started like, oh, this is cool. And if I look back at that date, somewhere whenever that was, I'm not convinced I'd see anything I'm not convinced I'd see some smoking gun like, oh, that's why.
Yeah.
People will be like, oh, it's the presidential election. Oh, it's Bitcoin. Oh, it's this. And I'm like, yeah, but the chicken and the hen. I mean, what came, or the chicken and the egg? Like, what came first? Everything's like happening now. But but yeah, I think to act like anyone knows a catalyst, I mean, I think they're just kind of talking out their ass.
Yeah.
I certainly don't. This is my like literal life. Like if this stopped, I would have to find a real job, and I don't know anything.
McDonald's. Do the
Yeah,
Trump row. He just like put the fries in the bag, sir. Put the fries in the bag.
I'd have to go trumping at McDonald's, I guess. So I don't know. As someone who like this is like literally my life blood at this point, trust me, I'd love to know more than anyone else in the world, and I have no idea.
It's crazy. Like nobody knows what the catalyst was. It feels almost like a perfect storm. Like number one, we have, I guess crypto, but crypto was kind of like out of the blue as well. Like crypto, presidential elections. Um, what else like notable? I feel like everything kind of like spurred up randomly, so nobody can really tell you what happened.
Yeah,
What,
it's a
what was
lot
the
of teeny
catalyst?
tiny things.
Yeah,
A
I
lot
feel
of teeny tiny things that just happened. Yeah, I couldn't tell you. I'd love to know because if I knew, I could probably try to replicate aspects of it and get freaking loaded. But I'm riding the wave just like everyone at home here in the chat. I
Mm.
know more knowledge than they do.
Nicholas says it's a mix of sports cards coming in with investments who are coming out stock. Oh, what the frick? I'm having a brain fart reading that. It's a mix of sports card coming in with investment who are coming out stock market into collectibles. Uh
That's a mouthful.
yeah, I don't know about that because like other areas are being affected as well, such as crypto. Why is crypto booming all of a sudden as well? So I feel like it's like we're never really gonna know. It's almost like a black swan event. So I'm
Yeah.
not too sure. But Steve O'Card behind says, I bet 151 has something to do with it. Pokemon was waiting forever to launch that set, and the return of Kadabra let it happen. I've got hundreds of comments about people saying they came back with 151. It was funny because I feel like people are a little bit hypocrites as well because everybody was shitting on Scarlet and Violet when it came out.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody gave a shit. Like, dude, they're like, dude, this is gonna be the death of Pokemon. The moment 151 came out, he's like, boys, hey, we like Pokemon again. This is not the death. We're
Yup.
back, boys. And then after 151, we have exclusive Scarlet and Violet sets that isn't just the first generation, and people all of a sudden interested now again. So I feel like the 151 kind of like jump started this a little bit more people interested, and they're like, you know what, maybe it was a little too harsh on Scarlet and Violet. Maybe Twilight Masquerade is actually pretty cool. This Greninja card, I bet I could sell for $400.
Exactly.
So
It's the human mind is absolutely wild for all that. I mean that to me that's the most honest and reasonable explanation for it. It's just people being unhonest and irreasonable, non-reasonable. The funny thing is though, even 151, like I remember my distro offered me it was 2 pallets of UPCs, which I bought, and this was obviously several months ago. And then I sold them. I think I made like $18 a piece, which was really good. That margin's great, but they didn't sell very quickly. I always had more, and then Costco had them for what, like $90 or something, and like they sold, but people weren't killing themselves over it.
yeah,
And then this last 151 restock, people are like literally murdering each other.
dude,
And
that
so
was
like what
so
happened
funny.
between it was insane. I'm like, yo, this is the same set that came out, and it actually lesser packaging. The UPCs are worth way more now. I'm like, what shifted between 151 Costco UPCs when I got 2 pallets as a small store, and then today it's only been a few months. What happened? Like that's what's odd to me.
I think maybe many people will point out just like new people coming to the hobby that don't really know too much. And with what Nicholas said, I do think he's right about one thing. Like people that are not even involved in Pokemon are coming. Like maybe some
Yeah,
people from sports, maybe some people from even crypto, some people that are just like hearing the buzzwords of how much these cards are going for. They're just like collectively going together. And as you said, you have events like the Costco where people are just absolutely obliterating each other, stepping over the boxes just to get or just to resell these packs for a little profit. So yeah, I think it's a
yeah,
mixture of a lot of things, and majority of it, I think it's just, to put in simple terms, just new people coming to the hobby that don't mind doing these acts. Um, yeah, I mean, I think
that seems
scalpers and
reasonable.
yeah, I think scalpers in general are normally just new people to the hobby. Like they don't care. They've never really been in the Pokemon hobby for a long time, and they decided like, hey, now's the time to do it, boys. Call your grandma.
Yeah, it's easy money. I mean, just even back, every Black Friday there's some hot toy. Like there was like the Tickle Me Elmo
Yeah.
toy. There was those like stuffed animals and the egg that hatched, Hatchimals, whatever. Like
Mm.
every Black Friday time, there's like some toy of the year where everyone just buys the shit out of it and scalp. And yeah, I think this year's toy of the year is Pokemon cards. So people that don't even know what a Pokemon is, I agree with you. I
Pokemon.
think they're just coming in and buying the shit just like it's a Hatchimal or a Furby or a TMX Tickle Me Elmo. Like, so yeah, I mean, and the thing is, like, those people are obviously fly by night. Like, they're not gonna, most of them aren't gonna stick around.
Yeah.
But funnily enough, some of them will. Some of them will be like, "Oh man, this was kind of fun. Like flipping this thing. Like I opened a
Yeah.
few because I made a lot of money, and oh shit, I remember Pokemon." And then they become fans, and it's like buyer pool just increases. Then they're legitimate.
Yeah, it's true. I 100% agree with you. Uh, Garth, he says you will always have a bit of new people because it has been such a thing in 2000s that everyone know, and a lot of parents do that now also. So yeah, just a lot of people who just probably, as you just said, people who knew Pokemon and just like say, hey, I remember this. Hey, and look,
Yeah,
they're,
and
they're
now they
worth
got
a bunch of
money.
money. Yeah, exactly. Says, yeah, I've noticed a lot of recent comments saying that they're new to the hobby or coming back after gone for a lot of years. Yeah, I've seen a lot of that. Like a lot of
Well, a lot of
random
that's
people.
because of us. Like the YouTube algorithm is playing a huge role. Like if my little channel boomed to like I think we have like 30,000 subs now. We
Congratulations,
had
huge.
20 like a month and a half ago. Like so all these channels like mine are like booming, and so new people are like, oh shit, I remember him when he had 5,000 subs. He's got 30 now. I'm gonna start a YouTube channel, and I'm encouraging it. And you're here every other freaking day, and everyone's doing live streams and podcasts. And so anyone that has even a tiny bit of interest in Pokemon, chances are we're gonna show up on their feed, and then you're gonna show up, and then Alex and
Yeah.
Opossum and all this. And so like the YouTube algorithm is probably playing a pretty good role in it too. Not just like in a FOMO market pump kind of way, but just like, oh, those people are talking about Pokemon. I'm gonna go to Walmart and buy some.
Yeah, and
And yeah, it's
yeah.
just everything. Everything is inviting new Pokemon Pocket app. Like
Oh, the
there's just
Pocket
new
app.
people coming out of the
I've been
freaking
addicted.
woodwork.
I've been addicted to the
I like
Pocket
it.
app.
I was early. I got the New Zealand Google Play Store with the international credit card and all that shit. I've been playing it for 2 months.
Have you been playing the game a lot or just opening up packs?
I just open the packs.
No,
The
fair
game
enough.
takes too long. I do the AI battle thing and call it.
Honestly, I've been just addicted to the game itself. It's I don't know, just so
Mm.
fun. I recommend getting into it because like it's I religiously just wake up in the bed and just like start playing one game for just no reason at all. It's very fun.
That's when I open my packs. I in bed uh, before and after I wake up, and then like I have a little nap sesh on the couch sometimes. And
Yeah.
the opening those virtual packs, man, it's fun. I don't know. People hate on it, but I think it's great.
No, I think it's great. Honestly, I think it was a great idea. I know I see the criticism where like, hey, why did you create a new game when you could improve the one you already have? But at the same time, like, hey, new audience. What can you really lose to be honest with that? And just
Yeah,
more inviting more people that are interested in the hobby. So yeah, I think TCG Pocket is. I wonder. I think I heard a thing where they made like 16 million in the first couple of days just from microtransactions.
yeah. It was 12 million in some stupidly low amount of time. I made like a hot take video several months ago, and I said they'd hit 2 billion in revenue year one, and I don't think that's going to be completely far off.
I
It'll
wouldn't doubt
probably
it.
be
Yeah.
like I'd say like I'd change my answer to like 1.3 bill in the first year because it's gone down a little bit, but still like $1 billion revenue for an app. That's crazy, and I think that seems very realistic, if not conservative. They
I
got
wonder.
their shit together, man.
I wonder how much Pokemon Go made. But I feel like you didn't really have a lot of microtransaction with this. Like it would definitely rewards you with spending packs, money on packs and shit. So I
Oh,
think they're gonna.
Pokemon Go's made an ass load of money. I
Yeah.
think aren't they at like $15 billion?
Well, actually,
Pogo?
let me
It'd be a
see.
quick Google search.
I,
Well, because I made my $2 billion guess based on Pogo sales. I feel like they're at like 15 billion. Maybe I sound stupid. Someone's gonna clip this. And I'm gonna sound like an idiot.
all right, let me
We'll
see.
see.
In 2016, the year of its release, the revenue stood at 832 million, breaking a few records along the way. But the money Pokemon Go makes per year dropped in 2017 to 589 million. However, the revenue has resurgence in the 16 816 million in 2018 and 774 million in 2019. So, how much
Okay.
in so that seems around 600 to 800 million dollars every single year.
So I'm definitely way off, but not as off as I thought I might be.
Wait, so
It's
what did you?
billions of dollars.
Yeah, so what did you say? What was your
I
guess?
I thought it was 15 billion since the start, but that's probably way too high.
On it, it's not too bad. It says 7.9 billion.
Okay. I mean, I guess if you're talking dollars, that's a very, very bad difference. But if you're talking 7 to 15, that sounds reasonable.
Yeah,
It's a
sounds.
lot. I mean, it's a shitload of money. Like
Yeah, it's
billions of dollars for a video game on a phone. Like, come on, that's crazy.
Professor Metri says I think they're over 180 million right now. Oh, are you talking about like the Pocket app Metri with like the revenue or just
Wow,
what? Really?
that's insane.
Or is that like 120 million players? I think probably money, right? I think that would make
Probably,
more
I'd
sense.
say revenue would be my guess.
Yeah, it's probably revenue because 120 million downloads already. I don't think that's probably the case. Well, wow, that is insane.
Probably not. I mean, it's a lot of money, and it's only going to get more and more and more. Winter's coming. People are going to be like cozy in their PJs, just touching their screens all like they got money. And yeah, it's going to be nuts, man.
Just
And
like
they're doing. I think they're doing some cool shit. I think they're releasing like a new set soon, like new packs, like in January. Is that the news?
really?
I'm talking about my ass now. There, yeah. There's because like right now it's like the
Uh,
what's the set?
genet,
Uh,
ge,
Gen something.
genetic, Apex
Alpha
Genetics.
Genetic. That sounds right.
I think
Something with
Apex Genetic.
Mewtwo vibes.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
So a new set comes out like I think January or February, and print more. I mean, the amount of like the artists on Pokemon's payroll right now must be insane because like they
Yeah,
essentially doubled their output with the invention of one app. Because like there's not gonna be crossover. You know, they're gonna have exclusive cards and because why would there be a crossover? That'd be stupid.
yeah.
You want the artwork, you gotta have both.
Honestly, it's kind of easy to forget like every single card somebody sat down and spent a couple hours drawing that, even like common cards.
Yeah.
It's kind of easily forget that and just think like we have like what 300 and some cards and what like about like 250 cards in every single Pokemon set nowadays. So that is a
Mm-hmm.
lot of artists, man. Just imagine.
Right. It's insanity.
I wonder how much they get
Because yeah,
paid.
you forget about the comments. I bet they don't get paid dick.
That yeah, they probably don't, to be honest.
No chance. Pokemon probably charges them. They're like, oh, you want your chance to get your art out there?
Honestly, that's so true. I
I
wouldn't
mean,
doubt it.
we're talking about the most evil company in the world. Like Pokemon, Nintendo, like those two are they're diabolical. I guarantee you that okay, they don't actually charge the artists, but I guarantee you they make less money than I bet they make like $25 an hour. So I've talked to a lot of voice actors who like big voice actors. Like, do you know how much voice actors get paid? They don't get dick
Don't
at
they get
all.
per
Like
per
they
project?
it well, I mean, okay, it depends on the project. It depends on the voice actor. Like, there's obviously a lot of nuance, but I've talked to some voice actors that like Collecticon, like
Mm-hmm.
big animes, big where you're like, oh, they're probably making millions. They don't make shit. Like $40 an hour for
Dang,
like voice work,
that's like only
and like
double
some of them
McDonald's.
get oh yeah, it's nothing. Um, and one of the guys, like I'm not gonna share their names, but one of them, we've all watched the anime for years. He was like, "Oh yeah, no, we make all of our money going to these conventions because what they do is they get, you know, they charge for their autographs typically, and then, sorry, my dogs are gonna freak out.
No, you're good.
Abby, just go home. They charge for their autographs typically, and then if they don't get, Collecticon basically says, okay, we're gonna give you a guaranteed minimum of 40 grand, for example. And so if they don't sell 40 grand of autographs, then they get the difference. So if they sell like 25 grand of autographs, then Collecticon gives them the 15
Mm-hmm.
that they are earned. So that's where they make most of their money, these big voice actors. And I'm just like, God, that's kind of depressing.
Damn, you
But
think they would get
that's
a
the
lot
game.
more, man? That sucks.
You would anime companies like production companies, and I'm guessing Pokemon like artist pay. It's probably just equally shit.
Yeah, I mean,
Which
it's a hustle, man. It's such a hustle.
yeah, and I mean I think you have to like look at it in fairness. Like Pokemon's obviously the biggest IP in the world, and we're all it's little peons and whatnot. But ultimately, what the artist is doing, not to discredit their work, they're ultimately just drawing a picture. It could be for Pokemon, it could be for any other IP, but ultimately, it's like, okay, you took probably 15 hours to make this picture. They're not going to pay you more just because they're Pokemon. They're going to be like, I mean, I joked about it earlier, but they're basically, they could probably say, oh yeah, well, your work's going to get shown in front of billions of kids, so we don't pay as high as freaking what's Otherverse or whatever,
Yeah,
but you'll get seen by more people.
they
I wouldn't be
they get
surprised
paid
if
by
Pokemon did that.
exposure.
Yeah, I wouldn't be shocked. I'm talking out my ass, but I wouldn't be shocked.
I wouldn't be shocked too. I feel like that's a lot of different. I feel like that's very common, honestly. Like, yeah, I mean, my sister is not actually an artist. We have like a family business, but we're very fortunate that we have a family business, so we get full control, all the profits. But
Yeah,
if
it's
you're just like a
huge.
regular artist who takes commissions, for example, like, I mean, you spend like hours and hours just to get like a few $100, and then, man, it's tough out there. It really is tough out there. But
Yeah,
Professor Metri
it's
with the
very rough.
Professor Metri with the $2, he says yes, revenue is past 120 million. So wow,
Okay,
that's pretty impressive.
I'll take it. Damn, that's wild.
Nicholas says it's
Yeah,
kind of
I
sad.
see.
Yeah, what's up?
I was reading that same
Oh yeah,
comment. It's kind of sad they should be See, but that's the thing though, Nicholas. That's what I was saying. Like Pokemon, they know that they could put out. I mean, they do it with the Illustrator contest. Technically, they know that they could put out. Hey, do you want to draw Pokemon cards for us? Contact us. And every single one of the artists, as talented and wonderful as they are, they could get replaced in 1 millisecond by a
unfortunately.
billion other artists who are just as talented, deserve it just as much, but are unknown. And I think they know that. I mean, you could take the most beloved Pokemon card artist, someone's better than them,
Yeah,
or at least equal enough to them where Pokemon's like, oh, you want that much money? All right, we'll go to the next guy on the list. They have probably a list of artists that are interested in working with them that is that is longer than the amount of Pokemon cards printed in existence.
oh for
Think
sure.
about it. Who wouldn't want to be an artist for Pokemon? And so, yeah, I mean, they really don't need to pay them a fair wage because there's just always someone, they're replaceable. That sounds so bad saying they're replaceable as if like their talent isn't good,
Yeah, it's
but
unfortunately the
they
truth.
are they are replaceable because there's a billion talented artists that want that job.
Yeah,
So it's effed up, but like that's why I'm pretty convinced that Pokemon doesn't pay him dick.
yeah, they probably don't. If I would say like, I would say they probably give him between five, nah, about $1,000 for every card. Like let's say like a regular common card or something. 500 to 1,000 for a commission for the project.
Yeah, I could see it around 500
Yeah.
just spitballing, but I'm not an artist, I don't know, but the voice actors get screwed way more than I thought, so I'm
Oh yeah.
assuming it's similar.
I wouldn't doubt. I mean, I saw like this one podcast, uh, it's on the Trash Taste podcast, but there was this one voice actor. His name was like Alex Lee, I think. But dude, talk about just a crazy story. Holy hell, dude! This guy was the voice acting industry is just so litigious, so overly saturated. You have such a hard time, no matter how good you're at voice acting. Like you, such a struggle just to get any gigs, or just to
Yeah,
even
it's an
any
evil
role.
industry.
Oh man, it is tough.
Again, because it's like they know that there are a million people lined up to play Goku
Yeah,
if Goku doesn't like the job anymore, and they'll be, okay, well, you sound close enough. Like it's an evil, and people say the music industry is evil. From what I've heard from these people, the voice acting industry is just as bad.
dude, that guy Alex Lee, the way he got the gig was it was funny. He says he was talking with the manager and he says, "Listen, if you do not let me try out for this role, I will probably kill myself."
Jesus,
I was like, "Damn, bro!" And you know what? He
that's
got
negotiating right there.
he got the role. I was like, "Wow, that
All
usually
right,
doesn't work out, but okay, that's pretty fair."
they liked his vigor.
There's like, you know
Like
what?
you're a
You're
passionate
perfect.
person.
Exactly, exactly. Dusty
Well,
Mod
if
says,
this ever goes to shit, like I got new negotiation techniques from my McDonald's job.
dude, honestly, that's some very good negotiation tactics. I'll tell you that. Oh my God,
That's
we
right,
got
it
Ryan in
works.
the chat. Hey
Cool
Ryan,
trainer Ryan.
Ryan, don't you love this guy, don't you?
We're we love each other. Our hair will have a boxing match one of these days.
Yo, I need a hair boxing match right now, dude.
Yeah, I can't volunteer my muscles for that. It's all aesthetic.
Dude, you have some
It's just
crazy muscles, man. Holy hell.
aesthetically, I don't have the strength to. Everyone's like, "When's the boxing?" I'm like, "Bro, I've never taken a punch in my life." Well, I'll
Oh.
tell you what though, I can do a lot of pull-ups, so that's
What's your
something.
max pull-ups?
So I do 100 a day, and so I'll do
Holy
like
hell.
25 in a row. I'll do 25 like the first set when I'm feeling like super like stoked, and then it dips down drastically from there.
Holy
Like
hell, that's
15, 15, 12, 12, 10, 10, 10, 10, 8.
that's
But
impressive.
that's all it. Yeah, well, I'm super light. My legs, I think my calves are about as wide as my wrists, so that helps. So you don't have a lot to pull up. It's all about body types. Always skip leg day. I was telling Goated Pulls that. It's my strategy.
Just skipping leg day. Dude,
Yeah, yeah. Goated Pulls was saying something about it. He's like, dude, what's your workout routine? I'm like, always skip leg day.
you never skip cardio though. I'll tell you that. Always do cardio. Always,
Dude, I've been skipping cardio.
dude.
I used to be a marathon runner. Like I was a big runner guy,
Oh
and then
really?
yeah, I was pretty athletic, and then I realized that running just sucks.
Oh, it sucks ass. I
It's just a
hate running,
shit
dude.
activity.
Dude,
Yeah.
honestly, unfortunately, I can't really run too good anymore because I don't know. I have this problem. I think I ran 1 6 mile once, and
Mm.
something happened with my heart where I just had like almost like a mini heart attack. Not like anything serious, but
Oh.
like I felt like I couldn't breathe and my heart was like pounding like 10 beats per second. I was like, shit, dude. And then after that, whenever I push myself too hard, that kind of like mild, heart convulsion happens, and I'm like, dang, like I can't run like as good as I used to anymore. So man, it
Yeah, that gives
sucks.
me so much anxiety thinking about that. I'll tell you what, my worst thing, I drank a shitload of pre-workout, and then I ran a 5:45 mile, and I felt like I was
Oh,
gonna die for the next like day and a half.
oh
Don't run on
shit.
pre-workout.
You went
Don't
a
run a 5:45.
you ran a 5:45?
Yeah, I was really fast, like
Wow.
late college, like early 20s. I could probably bust out like a 5:55 now, but I think I'd feel like I stroked it. I mean, I don't know. I need the pre-workout, and I'd probably kill myself. But I was
Wow.
good. I was good at it back in the day. Now I'm 31. I'm old, and all I do is drink Pib Zero because I don't want to get fat.
Honestly, I mean, you don't look 31 to be honest. You got some good genetics.
Yeah, well, yeah. My mom had nice hair, so thank God. But
I could see.
I'm
I'm
telling
no
you,
wonder.
man. I'm telling you, man. My age came out today. Rock was like, "Oh, do you want to do the live stream on the Discord?" I'm like, I've never used Discord. Like I somehow made this shit work. I don't know, but yeah, that's a good time.
No, it was
Is
honestly
that
great.
loud? Can you guys? Is that okay back there?
Yeah, no, everything's good.
Oh, no, no, you're good. Okay, cool. I was just like, I'm like, I got Abby doing packages here. I'm trying to multitask.
Dusty Mon says you got to think how much time does it really take to digitally draw a card. That's not even considering the fact that the could have multiple commissions from tons of companies and private orders at once. That's true.
Yeah,
That's true. They were probably doing like multiple commissions at the exact same time.
yeah.
Uh,
I could even see a reality where they kind of like Motown it, where it's like, say 12 of the artists that do Pokemon cards. I'm talking on my ass here, by the way, but like 12 of them work for the same like company or whatever, and then Pokemon just pays the company some, flat sum of money, and then that money gets distributed to the individual artists, and then they take a big cut, and then the artists get screwed even harder. Again, talking on my ass, but like I am so negative of the industry, and that includes our beloved little Pokemon world, where again behind the scenes it's definitely just the most evil greed in the world.
it is. I mean, look what they
Um,
did to Pal
yeah.
World. I mean, dude, that was
Oh my
so
God, the
cringe.
pal world.
Dude, And you know what? You know what's funny? You know how much money they were seeking out of Power Word? This actually was such a big plot twist to me. Guess how much they wanted for Power Word after using their alleged patent?
Definitely less than 1 decillion, which was that really famous lawsuit. But I'm guessing, I don't know. I mean, it's got to be some stupid ass amount of money, right?
This is the
A hundred
plot twist.
million.
Just $16,000.
16,000.
Yeah,
Why?
it was like
What's the
15 to
point?
20. And I was like, what? Why? I was the exact same thing. I was like, why? And then I realized, oh my god, they don't really care about Power World. It's all just for show. They don't give a shit about Power World. They just want to do it really quick, throw a lawsuit and forget about it. That's what they really
Set an
want to do.
example kind of thing.
Yeah, exactly.
That's
Like,
weird though. That's a very strange amount of money.
okay, let me 100% fact check this, okay, just in case. Power
Well, there
World.
could be other aspects to it too. Like they have to give all their revenue to Pokemon, or they have to take it down, or they have to like. There could be some like ancillary BS.
Mm.
I don't know. I'm not a lawyer. I don't know shit.
Yeah. Oh, sorry. I was right about the 16. 6. By misremember. 66,000, which isn't a lot at all.
No,
That's not a lot. Not a lot at all.
Power World probably pulled that in 1 day.
Dude, I think they got like a 50 million in revenue. I think.
Yeah, I was gonna say. So they probably made $60,000 per day for several days in a row. I would guess.
Yeah, for sure. I'm like, dude.
I bought it. I don't know. I was one of them.
Unfortunately, I never got to play it. I wonder if it's still. Is it still up up on Steam
I
after
have
the
no
lawsuit?
idea. I bet it is. I mean, this kind of shit takes years
No. Yeah, it
unless
really
they
does.
just fold. So
But
I bet it'll be up there for quite some time.
But it just kind of goes to
Probably. I
show
don't
like
know.
how litigious like Nintendo, Pokemon, and everything is. Like they don't really give a shit. They do shit. Like for example, like with the patent situation, like they were patenting stuff that they never had when Pal World was already released. Like just
Brilliant.
it is
Brilliant
honest.
evil.
It is honestly, that's what I'm saying. It was like unfortunately such a smart move by them because although they don't really have as much of a solid ground, they still have the patent. So either way, it is
Yeah.
going to affect the future of Power World, no matter if they like it or not. So I was like, shit, dude, they have some crazy ass lawyers, man.
Well,
Holy hell.
it was in that Hisuian Typhlosion leak, like the freak leak, whatever it was. I
Yo.
guess there's some evidence that they're looking to start suing folks for just having like emulators and playing them,
Oh, yep.
which is like pretty unprecedented because like before it was just like do the people distributing the emulators, which that makes sense, logically.
Yeah.
But there was something about just basically suing folks for having them, period. And I don't know how realistic that would be to go about. I really don't. But just the fact that they're looking into it, it's like holy shit. Like can you see it? No. Behind those boxes, there's an arcade machine. You could see them for a little bit, and it's an emulator with all the Pokemon
Yeah.
games. Like, oh, don't sue me, Nintendo.
Bro, they're gonna
I've been playing Emerald on it, and I'm just like, shit. I better keep a close eye on that story.
dude, they're
They
always
sued a
watching you.
guy. Oh, dude, for sure. I'm in their sites just like you and me, just like you and everyone in the chat.
Exactly.
But they sued a guy for playing. Now this guy was asking for it. He was playing like I think 5 or 6 different Nintendo games pre-release on Twitch or on Kick or something. They
Yeah.
sued the shit out of that guy, like life-ending money.
Oh
And
my
I'm like,
god.
bro, you're streaming games that aren't released yet. Like he didn't distribute the games. To me, those are the people that really need to be like sued, if
Yeah.
anyone. He was just playing them, but since he was playing them unreleased on stream, they were like, all right, we're going to show an example, and I think they just wrecked him. I mean, it's still ongoing. This is a new development, but he's going to get wrecked. So I
Dude.
don't I didn't do a single Game Freak leak like when the Typhlosion stuff was out, and I was like, I'm not touching any of this.
I
I'm not
was I was a bit
screenshotting
scared.
nothing.
I was a bit scared. I do say
Yeah,
so
not worth
myself.
it.
But I decided to okay. I'll lightly touch on it. I won't share any screenshots, no links, no nothing. I'll just say roughly what
Yeah.
happened, what the story was depicting, and I also saw like everyone else posting about it on YouTube and Twitter. I was like, okay, well, they can't sue us all, guys. They can't
Oh,
sue.
don't doubt Nintendo.
At
Because
this
that's what I
point,
was saying.
no. Yeah.
I'm like, well, because everyone else was. I mean, there's some big creators. Like I watch a lot of like gaming and like YouTubers similar to that.
Yeah.
And there were some big creators just like throwing them up on the screen. I'm like, bro, like you got a death wish. Like I'm not doing that. Some people are like, oh well, this guy did it. I'm like, okay, well you guys can both get sued together then. You
Yeah.
guys can end up being little sue buddies in jail together. And I'm like, I'm not trying to go there.
No, honestly,
So
that was fair. But I do say those leaks were just they were so funny. I was like dying out of laughter. They were oh my god. Dude, like the craziest one was I think the slacking or slack auth or something. I was some
oh
dark ass
god,
shit. Dark
it was
shit.
ridiculous.
I was like, oh
And
my
people
god.
thought Pokemon would apologize for it. I'm like, they're not gonna say anything. They don't want it because if they apologize, then they confirm it legitimately happened. Pokemon's just gonna play. Oh, we don't really know, and then it's just gonna slowly
Actually,
disappear.
I think they did do
They
not an
apologize for the leaks
yes, they apologized for the leaks.
of the information, like
Yes.
of the employee
Yeah.
information. They didn't say nothing about Typhlosion or slacking though, and they never will.
They are not touching that shit at all.
Yeah, no.
Hell nah. I got Matt says Central Leaks got nuked on Twitter. I'm guessing that's a leaker on Twitter. So that makes
They're
sense.
the ones that basically they spread it all out. Like they were like the main people. They're based in I forget what country. They're based in another country, and so they're not so worried about lawsuits. But they get their shit taken down all the time, and then they make a new Twitter and a new Twitter. I've been following Centro Leaks for a long time. They're a great Twitter channel.
Dude, that guy has balls of steel, I'll tell you that. I wouldn't be surprised if Pokemon just flies over there and just assassinates him.
Bro's gonna die. Yeah, they can't sue him, but they could definitely kill him.
That's true.
Wouldn't surprise me.
I mean, Pokemon, Nintendo, they're above the law, dude. They're above the law.
100%.
Honestly,
That was, I mean, they started doing like mafia shit. Like that's how Nintendo started. They were doing like the gambling, like street gambling games, like
really?
yeah, Nintendo. They were a card game company, and this was like in like the literal 1800s. So like they were like immediately involved in like not illegal. Well, yeah, I'd say illegal. There was you can buy them on eBay. They're actually really cool, and they're not expensive.
Hmm.
Nintendo originated selling. Yeah, okay, 1889. Yeah, they were distributed Japanese playing cards, and I know those were used for like gambling rings. So it's pretty interesting. They had kind of a unsavory Hanafuda playing cards. And yeah, I mean the playing cards themselves weren't like bad, but like I guess it led to a lot of like gambling and kind of
Yeah.
like unsavory start to a company that's so kid friendly, which I think is kind of funny.
Colton Ryan says, I never sent that emoji. I know it was probably Jen, Ryan. It's probably Jen. Too Late Collect says the Octillery was the worst one for me because bro really picked it out of the ocean and injected his ink.
Yeah, Artillery had a bad story too.
Dude, it was the most blunt one. Like the other one was I feel like more darker, but Octillery was just like it was so blunt and straightforward. I was like, damn.
It's right
Okay.
up there with have you seen the like the do you follow like Lost Media, like that channel? I forgot the guy's
Lost.
name. LQC Lost Media. It's like the concept of like commercials that get lost in time, or like pilot episodes that get lost in time. Really interesting YouTube rabbit hole.
I think I've
Just
seen a
type in
couple
Lost
videos.
Media, you'll love it. So there was a rumor going around way back in the day of this Lost Media SpongeBob like art storyboard, like the SpongeBob artists that just like drew stuff. There was this
Yeah.
like evil book, and they drew like the most horrendous images of SpongeBob characters doing just awful things to each other, like the real artists. And this has been this
God.
rumored thing for years, and like no one knew if it was real. Well, it finally like came out maybe like last year, and bro, the images are straight just diabolical. I mean, whatever you thinking in your head right now, take that times 10. Take this
Oh
to
no.
Hisuian Typhlosion levels of just insanity. And yeah, that Lost Media, it's a great genre. Watch that tonight. It's
Dude,
they couldn't even
I'll do
play it
that.
on they couldn't even show it on YouTube. Like the Lost he's like, I can't show these images. So he left a link to a link and I was like if you saw what Squidward did to SpongeBob in some of these pictures, you'd be like, wait,
Oh
what?
no. Oh no. I'm having an image.
Oh,
Oh no.
oh bro, it's so much worse than you think. And when the Typhlosion Slacking leak happened, I immediately went back to the SpongeBob book, and I'm like, you know what? I think artists are just completely effed, like in the head. It's all there's too much creativity, and it just needs to come out in the worst of ways. Oh, dude, there's some nasty shit, and it's all official. It's all real.
Freedom of will is really a curse, man. God shouldn't have gave us that, dude.
Yeah, I
Take it
mean, just
back.
just if you can draw it doesn't mean you should. It's rough.
Holy hell, dude. Dude, Pokemon, a lot of people don't understand. Like all these people like that are part of these companies, they're people too, man. They they're people
Yeah,
too. They you're
yeah,
going to find a lot of messed up people regardless. And
yeah. Their brains are just as twisted.
I wonder how many employees like Nintendo has. They quite a bit, right? Like a lot.
Oh, I wouldn't know. I mean, tens of thousands, I guess.
Let me actually let me see, because
I don't know.
I want to narrow it down. Like how many people were like writing that crazy shit? How many employees?
I mean, just every job I've had, like, I worked at Shopco and Pacific Life and all these like corporate professional jobs. Like, we did all sorts of degenerate shit all the time. It's not like you said, they're just people.
Yeah.
My buddy Sam, he is a I'm not gonna leak what. Never mind. I've
You
got
brought
I've
second
got
thoughts.
I I've got buddies. I've got buddies in very professional industries, and like the shit they do behind the scenes. It's just like, oh man, I would never go to that industry again. I don't. I'm not gonna dox my friends, but oh
the
Jesus,
adult video industry is probably more professional.
bro, why is that actually true?
Like as
The main
honestly,
one,
oh
God, that's
shit.
actually probably accurate.
Because I mean they're
Man, yeah,
already
that's
doing
twisted.
something so twisted that they almost have to compensate it by acting professional.
Yeah, yeah, you're probably right. I think the famous office in Canada is probably a real clean and professional place.
Oh
Oh,
shit.
Canada, great
Oh,
country.
oh, Canada. I know. I went there for a little while with my parents, and at the
Mm.
time it was actually pretty decent. I actually liked Canada. Uh, just now, like everyone just wants to move the hell out of there. Like it's
It seems
craziness.
like people hate it. I got invited to Jesse Peng's like Van City in Vancouver. Like they had a big fancy convention. Pokison and Jesse Peng, right? I was on their podcast, and I'm so pissed off I couldn't go. I had some important thing to do here. I don't know, but the Van City like Pokemon convention, it looked lit. So I don't know if you got invited to that or if you will next year, but like you should go. I'm getting my passport for it specifically for next summer.
Hey, if I ever get invited, I'll meet you there. Are you gonna go to a card party? It's card party 3, I think.
I intend to. There's one. I think there's one in Florida this year. I think that's one I'm gonna go to.
Yeah, it's in Tampa.
Yeah, I'm going to that. I'm planning on going to that one, and then I think there's one in like is it Seattle,
I think so.
somewhere on the
Yes. Yeah, Seattle.
top
Yes.
left.
Yeah.
I don't remember the date, but I looked at that and I'm like, that probably wouldn't work. But I'm gonna try my best to do Florida. I think it'd be a good time.
Yeah. I
I
mean,
missed the other two.
I live in Florida, so it's definitely gonna be a lot better for me.
Oh, that's easy.
Yeah. I mean, like I think the last card party I went to was like only like 2 hours away, drive. So like, okay, shit,
God,
let's go, dude.
that
I
would
got.
be great, man.
And then when I heard it was coming to Florida again. I was like, dude, I can't stop winning. Damn, we
You're
good.
lucky, dude. Nothing happens in Nebraska. Like the closest thing we have is Kansas City Collecticon, and that's it. And Chicago. Chicago's close, I guess, but I don't know. I have to fly to every single thing I go to.
Dude, that's right. Dude, I hate flying, man. Oh, I mean, I never really hear anything
I
about
hate driving
Nebraska.
more. Yeah, we kind of just chill. Our cost of living's super cheap. Like honestly, like you could have like a fifth of my business and still have a nice house.
Wow.
And that's not saying my business is big. That's saying Nebraska is cheap. Like the houses here are so damn affordable. It's insane. Like I bought my first house when I was 23 and I had some shit intern job. And my wife was she wasn't
Man.
even a teacher yet. She was a like a student teacher. And so my brother was he worked as he did like lawns. It wasn't even his business yet. He worked for a lawn company and he rented a room for me. That's how I afforded the house. But like I had some shit job. I made like $19 an hour at a CNA. It was a tech recruiting industry.
Hmm.
And yeah, my brother Justin mowed lawns and like we basically bought a house together.
That's
Nebraska's
impressive.
cheap, man.
You're
It's impressive in Florida. In Nebraska, it's like not bad.
Dude, you're not gonna see that shit in Florida. Like I'm very fortunate to live on the beach, but if you were to want to live on the beach, it would probably run you around through 200 to 300,000 just for probably a one bedroom apartment. I would say to buy.
Wow. Yeah, absolutely not. Like our house is we got 3,000 square feet, nice part of town, and I think it's only like 400 grand. It's a
Wow,
big house.
that's not bad.
Yeah. No, and it's brand new. I mean, if like used houses, I mean, this would probably be like 370, which again for 3,000 square feet on the nice side of town, that's cheap as hell. I'm very aware of how lucky I am to live in. I'm very aware of how lucky I am to live here because, goddamn, real estate be expensive. I was in real I did real estate for like 5 years. And I'm so glad I'm out of that industry now.
Oh yeah, did you didn't like it at all?
Oh, it sucked. And it was a therapy job. People think real estate's about sales. There's no sales. It's all therapy. People are
What do you mean?
dramatic as hell. Oh, dude, it's all ever. I mean, well, I think what really made me want to quit was this this chick bought this house and the whole transaction was a pain in the ass. And there were these like god awful curtains, these stupid fucking curtains that no one would give a shit about. And they were attached to the window. And then when the closing table happened, where you do like your final walkthrough of the house, the
Yeah.
curtains were gone. The seller took them. The buyer refused to sign until those curtains were returned. And the seller already moved. Like they had to move for work. They moved like to I think it was like Iowa or South Dakota, somewhere nearby. And the seller, it was they moved like their work paid for their relocation, so they
Hmm.
weren't really too worried about the money aspect. The seller refused to return the curtains out of basically pettiness. They said out of principle because it wasn't written in the contract. They were the most god awful. They're gonna let it was like a $220,000 transaction. They were gonna let this thing die over curtains. And what sucked was we had the buyer who was bitching about the curtains.
Yeah.
Well, the buyer sold their house to another one of our clients. So if this doesn't go through, then these guys don't get a house either. So me and my
Oh my
boss were
god.
like, okay, how do we fix this curtain situation? We offered to buy new curtains. We offered to do this. They wanted the original curtains out of principle.
What kind of psychopath are these people?
This shit is not uncommon. That particular one's
What?
probably the most interesting, but we've had deals fall through because of washing and drying machines. $1,200 washing and drying machines in
Yeah.
the laundry room that they thought were included. We had a literal $600,000 deal fall through because the buyer and seller couldn't agree to keep or not keep the washer and dryer. It's that kind of shit that I'm like, I need to find something else. So I started selling
Dude.
Pokemon cards, and as dramatic as the YouTube space in Pokemon is, me contributing to it, it's a lot less dramatic than real estate. Holy shit, I would never go back. Worst industry in America.
Oh my god, that is ridiculous. Like literally just get a freaking new curtain, bro. What's going on here? That is insane.
It's the principle. It's so bad. My best friends, they literally today actually, I'm very happy for them. They closed on their deal. They're moving to Iowa in this like an acreage thing.
Hmm.
And I could have made like 30 grand selling their house commission, and I was like, nope. You never do real estate with friends. You don't touch that.
Yeah.
So I'm still licensed technically. I'm like, nope. They're like, well, it'd be really I'm like, nope. It'd be really easy though. It's like, nope.
I ain't
I'd rather
doing
sell
this shit.
Pokemon cards. I don't want to be involved because I know there's some shit that's gonna fall through, and I
Yeah.
don't want to be a part of it. So I'm gonna sit here with Evie, talking to Rock Sandy while they deal with that.
Man, I didn't know the realtor business was that bad. I knew it was
That's
like
horrible.
I knew it was like, tough still, but like those people, that's a pain in the ass. Damn.
You get probably, I mean, depend, like our team did, we did 30 million a year. So like we were a relatively big team for Nebraska. So you get that like 3 to 6 times a year. I mean, it's not every transaction, but that was kind of the straw that broke the camel's back. I'm like, I'm done with this.
How many hours would you normally work in your realtor business, realtor job?
Well, in the summer you work a lot because that's when everyone's moving around, or springtime, I guess, because school season's about to end. So the parents want to get like a new house for summer break and then be like there for the new school season. Everything's about school season in real estate, and at least with the single family home part of it. So like in the summertime you work like spring summer you're working like 55 to 65 hours a week, and then the winter it's just dead. Like I
Dude.
basically just work from home, and if something came up, I did things. But like I bet that's how I started my business with Pokemon. In the so I got my LLC like January like 20th or so in 2021, and that whole 2 months, November through January, that's when I basically like built the infrastructure that became PokeNE because I was working from home and there was nothing going on.
Yeah.
So I was like, all right, bet I'm just gonna make a Pokemon card company and see if I can pay my like utility bills with it. That was my original plan.
And then Vice reached out.
And then Vice reached out and everything changed. Oh, skip this. This is effed up. Yeah, you can throw that aside. That was my stupidity. Yeah, and then I got famous or whatever.
And then
So I
Opossum
don't
Bun
know.
made a video.
Bro, that Instagram videos, that is a certified hood classic. I sometimes I replay it before bed just to relive the 2021 vibes.
You should like put your phone in like a little frame and just hang it on the wall and like continuous replay. Just like
Plug it in and just loop it all day.
exactly. And it's like, see
Yeah,
this
I might need to do that.
my finest achievement right here.
The finest achievement a Pokemon card YouTuber can have is getting on Opossum Bud's channel more than once and having one be negative and one be a positive experience. It shows growth.
That's
It's
it's
like, okay, I'm
dude.
back.
You don't know how insane it was like seeing you guys work together. I was like, there's no way, because that never happens. Like that
The
never
ultimate
happens.
collab.
Like literally, because usually like Opossum Bud, when he makes like a video criticizing somebody, they hate him to the core. They don't want to associate themselves with him. They don't want to. They just want to argue, argue, argue. And to see somebody that was like pretty open about it, he's like, yeah, that's pretty cringe. It was funny.
Pretty nailed it.
It was funny. I mean, that's pretty rare. That's pretty rare. I gotta say, that's pretty rare.
Yeah, I don't think any unsolicited guest on Opossum Bud's YouTube channel became tight with him.
No.
Probably. I don't think him and like Seismic Shock TV or like Dr. Applesauce are chilling at like the Coin Laundry. I don't think they're really getting together.
I mean, I mean,
But
I mean,
I send him a case of every new set.
I mean, Seismic. He's gone, gone. He's
Yeah, oh yeah, he's straight vanished. He's getting rich doing solar panel sales or whatever the hell he's doing now.
probably. I mean, he's doing like
Sounds
red
right.
pill. He's doing red pill Sigma male content now on like Instagram or TikTok or something. Uh,
Yeah, he was kind of doing the cosplay Andrew Tate vibe
yeah,
for a little bit.
so cringe. I mean, like,
Um,
Jesus Christ.
yeah, it went about as well as I think most people thought it would. But hey, in this Pokemon YouTube boom, I wouldn't be shocked if he came back.
Dude,
Ah, see what I did
that
there.
would be the ultimate comeback of all time. I would be honestly hyped. I would be hyped. I would be hyped to see that. It's like I can't wait to make a video on that when it happens.
Oh, dude, I know. Opossum Bud's looking forward to it more than anyone. He
Dude,
needs new content with him. It was
dude,
the ultimate collab.
I gotta say, like the drama content, just it's completely kind of gone now. It's almost like it's right now. It's just commentary. That's pretty much. It's like 9 out of 10 times commentary, and they decide that one
Yeah,
sliver of drama with other people. Like the last time I think I did it was, I mean, kind of Jason Page, I guess, targeted towards someone, and I still like talked with him and you know had a productive conversation, and we're pretty chill right now as well. The other one was I think Pokemon Overflow. Oh, what a freaking
Oh, he did the FCCR
Yeah,
campaign?
yeah.
Is
Oh,
that is
like
that that guy?
yeah, not
What? Okay.
Baz Toys. He's chill. I get along with
Yeah,
him.
he's chill. I was on his channel.
And then yeah, Pokemon Overflow is the guy that does some crazy ass takes, man. Holy hell.
He started the whole thing,
Yeah, he started the whole thing, and then
right?
yeah,
Okay. I don't know. I remember seeing it and I was like, oh, this will be an interesting series of events.
and then I had to whip out my good old drama hat on, and then I quick shut him down. And
Yeah, I remember that saga. It was a very quick-lived saga, but I remember it.
honestly, it was a crazy time. But yeah, we I'm not seeing a lot of like drama right now. I feel like right now it's just regular people talking about the hobby, and honestly, I kind of prefer that. I kind of prefer just talking about like the market prices and shit because it's just like easier. It feels like less hassle. You feel like you're not like
It's definitely easier. You don't have to pull up a bunch of like PNGs onto your
yeah
freaking OBS and be like, "See this? See
yeah
what he did here?"
yeah
Like, oh, dude, the worst part of YouTube is like in the whatnot scammer era, where like you had to like have the freaking PNG open of the image, and like you'd have to zoom in and be like,
yeah
"Now, do you see how that shit sucked?" Like, I hated that, and I didn't want to make the content not only because I didn't think it was that fun, but it was just like, all right, I got to make sure that I slow this down so they can see the Umbreon
yeah
disappear behind the pack.
yeah.
Like, oh god, that shit sucked. Give me one sec. Uh, oh yeah, just you can just do the variety packs, honestly. Yeah, I'll do the rest. You're the best. Working over to we're getting ready for Black Friday over here, but
That's gonna be
yeah. Oh god,
busy.
I like the ebbs and flows of the content. Like, we're definitely, like you said, in kind of a just turn the camera on and talk era, and
Yeah,
I love it. But this will get boring too, and then
definitely.
it'll be interesting to see what happens next. That I'm sick of the. I'm glad like the general breaking content is about over. Like, rip and ships makes sense because like
Yeah,
it's a business. Like, that makes sense. Like, people do that for income.
yeah.
But just like the general, like, oh, here's another fossil first edition box. Like, I
Oh,
don't know.
dude, that's
I'm
so
glad we're done
out.
with that
Um,
era.
I mean, I mean, you could just see Pokemon. He just completely stopped doing that.
Yeah,
I think it's like been a year. I think. So he doesn't really do that at all. I mean, he does like still daily content, of
right.
opening up shit and stuff, but like doing like live streams, open up these very highly expensive boxes like Leonhardt did. I mean, good for Leonhardt. He's actually he's doing a kind of a comeback right now. He's actually doing pretty good on YouTube. I see. Yeah.
Yeah, he's been posting. His rare candy business is doing quite well, as far as I
Yeah.
can tell. He's actually got a supplier that I'm very, very familiar with, starting in 2025,
Oh wow.
and it'll be interesting. There was a lot, but background drama. Speaking of that, there's like, I think a lot of behind the scenes drama with that, but like the internet wouldn't be interested in it. But I'm just like, okay, this is how big dogs get suppliers. It's very interesting
Yeah.
because like, for like, I'm not gonna say any names other than Leonhardt, but for example, if like Leonhardt reached out to me and was like, "Hey, I want you to supply rare candy with Japanese product," I can't just automatically get double my Japanese product. I can
Yeah.
get a lot, but I can't just double it. So then I'd be like, "Okay, sorry, Pokey fans, like, we're only selling English now," and then they'd be like, "What the hell, Brian?"
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
that kind of shit happened. Like, Leonhardt's supplier for his rare candy, V2 in 2025.
Mhm.
I know, like, there's two people that got directly affected by that move, and they're fucked now.
Oh man. Now I can't wait to
Yeah.
do a video. It's like how Leonhardt ruined these two businesses.
Well,
Easy
one of
money.
them reached out to me, and I know all these people personally, which is like actually really funny. Nebraska is like somehow kind of on the map in this particular scenario. And I was like, well, I'm like, yeah, I could definitely help supply. I'm like, weren't you working with X? And they're like, oh, well, yeah, but now X has a deal with Leonhardt and Rare Candy. I was like, oh, well, that's interesting. Good for him. But like,
Yeah,
did
yeah,
he just like leave you to die? He's like, well, he's still gonna give me some stuff. But I'm like, shit, dude, that's so. So this guy's a friend of mine. I'm gonna absolutely like do my best to help him out. But I'm like, dude, I can't get as much as guy X had for you. Like,
yeah,
I can't hold a bunch of industry. Like, I'm not a big dog yet. give me 5 years, maybe. But this guy I'm referring to as X, he's gonna be Leonhardt's main supplier, and like I don't know, it's a whole thing. But yeah, I'm guessing Leon is gonna get absolutely freaking loaded, like loaded in 2025 with this.
Oh, for
I
sure.
the comp like I'm gonna be like, oh shit, I better really put some stuff on good sales here if I want to
Yeah.
compete, because like he's got star power.
Oh, for I mean, like, is it gonna be mostly for rare candy? You think?
Yeah,
Yeah, probably. Yeah, mostly for rare candy. I mean,
I think he's going full send on rare candy. I bet his plan is like, I bet he's gonna build this thing up, keep it like get it self sustaining, and then sell that shit to some big investor. Like my company is worth probably $0.40 because I'm my brand. I don't have. I mean, I have Abby and I have my employee Bryce, but like they're here 15 to 20 hours a week tops,
mm,
and they're also like my friend and my cousin. So like from an investor standpoint, they're not really a worthwhile investment. I'm not going to work for whoever I sell. So like my company's freaking worthless, but like rare candy, he could build a huge business with that, exit it, get millions of dollars, and just sit on the beach.
I'm calling it. eBay's gonna buy rare candy. Or whatnot. No,
Okay,
whatnot's gonna buy rare candy.
whatnot.
I, th-
That
I
is an interesting take. I think that seems very reasonable.
Yeah,
Yeah,
honestly, it
that's
seems.
probably the exit plan.
Honestly, I mean, whatnot has been, although a lot of people like to shit on it, it's still very, very prevalent. I mean, hate to say it, although there's a lot of scammers. There's a lot of scammers. It's still very prevalent.
Definitely.
Yeah. Uh,
Which is impressive because they had a very, very bad reputation for a
very.
while. And like, I'll give it to them. They fixed that shit about as well as I did with Opossum Buds. Like, they got rid of the people that people were mad at, and
Yeah.
they cleaned up pretty well. They stayed under the radar for long enough, and there is still a stigma with the word like whatnot. Like, there's definitely a stigma, at least in my opinion. Like when I hear that, I'm like, but
Yeah, you
I don't know. I think
kind of little
they
cringe a little bit, like, whatnot. Oh. Ugh.
it's like the word crypto. Like there's a lot of cryptos that are fantastic,
Yeah.
but like there's a stigma to it. Or
Yeah.
NFT, a lot of great NFTs, but there's a stigma to it. Like I think whatnot will it'd be a couple more years till like people see that like eBay doesn't have a stigma to it. You don't go
Yeah.
eBay. Ugh. Like I think it'll be a couple more years before whatnot is synonymous with eBay and that this is a good platform.
Yeah.
But I mean, shit, they're doing really well.
Once Rattle doesn't make any more videos on whatnot, I think then the healing will begin.
The healing will begin.
The healing will begin.
That's I was like half of Bro's catalog for a year, so I don't know. Maybe he's hoping they mess up again.
I mean, Rattle definitely contributed to a lot of the. I think, well, not the hate, but definitely opened up the conversation to whatnot. Like,
Yeah,
highlighted a bunch of its like scams and stuff. So good for him. I mean, like he did a very good job, deep dive in that.
he
Like,
blew the door open on a lot of it. He did good with that.
yeah, he definitely did a lot of work, and especially with what was that other guy? The Omega Mystery Packs. I think. Like, I mean, he's still getting sued by that guy. It isn't.
Oh, yeah,
Sean Bassett.
Sean Bassick.
Yeah, Sean Bassett.
Yeah, so I don't know Sean Bassick, but he did donate a very, very generous donation to my charity.
Oh,
And
really?
so, like, I have nothing bad to say about that man.
Hey, I
Yeah,
mean,
he gave us like 5 grand.
oh wow, that's actually crazy. Shit.
I don't know. So, like,
I mean,
you
that's
know,
great. That's great. Shit.
I'm not a huge fan of Rattle. I don't think he's a huge fan of me. I know the industry is not a huge fan of Sean Bassett because I'm sure he did do some unsavory things, but he didn't do anything to me, and
Yeah.
that's a lot of. I mean, he did a lot of good for us at least. So I'm like,
Hmm.
okay, but so I told Sean, I'm like, if you need me to try to bridge any gap, I'm like, I don't think Rattle's a big fan of me, but I can try to. And he's like, no, I've got it handled. I'm like, all right, bet, like you do you. I don't know
Yeah.
how that'll go. Rattle's a Canadian, so like I think it complicates things.
I just the way you sounded, it was so funny. Yeah, Rattle's a
The
Canadian.
Canadian,
The Canadians makes sense.
those damn Canadians. I think it does though. I think it complicates like the legality behind it. So I'm
Yeah,
like,
when somebody's in a different country, is like the lawsuits gets weird and shit. It's yeah. I mean, Raul's not a big fan of me either. I mean, he banned me on Discord, or one of his mods did.
Damn.
Yeah. Me and Ronald. Yeah, he don't like me anymore. But
That's
it's a
hilarious. I did not get banned. I just yeah, I think he's talked shit on me. I've talked shit on him. It's like
yeah.
none of this shit matters anyway. But
Yeah, just a quick back and forth, uh,
yeah, a little jab, 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 hook.
little quick jab, and then like an extended timeout.
Yeah, that's a little bit about as intense as the Logan Paul Tyson fight, or Jake Paul Tyson fight.
Dude, that was so
About as equally
lackluster.
intense.
That was so lackluster, man. Oh my god.
That was
And
complete shit. It was
now
exactly what I thought it would be.
the same. Although the fights before them were peak. They were peak, dude.
I heard. I didn't watch them, but I heard that it was like the best boxing match between two women like in history took place
Yes.
that day.
Dude, holy hell,
I
bro.
have not watched it.
This one woman, her whole bottom eyebrow pretty much was coming out. It was like a whole chunk of
Oh,
flesh.
Jesus.
It was like ripping out. And they had, oh my god, I'm just thinking about it. Is just, dude, they were it's like gladiator type shit. Like,
I'm glad the resolution was low for people. That sounds awful.
no, the resolution was pretty high. That's the problem.
It was pretty high.
Yeah, it was pretty high,
Jesus.
but it was just a lot of buffering. Yeah, like Netflix did not do pretty good shit. I think it was like 100.
No.
No, was it? Yeah,
It's 112 million people.
yeah,
I think.
112 million people watching live. So I mean, I guess it makes sense why Netflix had some issues.
The eighth most watched sports event in history.
Yeah, so I mean, I guess it's kind of
Fair.
fair. So there's only so much you could prepare for with that many people. Chance.
Yeah, it's fair. They should have known though.
Yeah, I mean, like it's Netflix we're talking about. Plus, it's Logan Paul, Mike Tyson, one of the biggest boxers in the world. So, I mean, I'm kind of. A lot of people says it's rigged, which I don't think so. I think it's just like Mike Tyson is just he's old, man. He can't keep up with Jake as how it is. However, people saying that it should have never happened, I kind of disagree with, because honestly, I'm happy for Mike Tyson because he was in actually a really rough spot. He actually has zero money at all.
Yeah, these
So,
rich people are very much broke.
yeah, he spent it all. People took all his money. He's like dirt poor. And so I'm at least glad he actually got some money for his family to retire recently. He got like $20 million for the fight. So I was like, you know what? Good for him. Jake, I still dislike him, but I still think he's better than Logan.
The Paul kids.
I think he's better than Logan, I do say.
He's better than Logan. Yeah, he's better than Logan. They're both douchebags, but Logan's a scammer douchebag.
Yeah.
Which is even worse.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess Jake would be too if the fight was rigged. Because like there's some scenes where I'm like, yo, Tyson could have got it. I could have punched him in the face better than Mike Tyson. And that says a lot. Like there's some clips where you're like, hold up, like really? You didn't see that opening?
I do agree.
But you know, that's
clips.
all conspiracy. There's some bad clips out there. But yeah, I agree. And the tier list of horrible people, Logan is much higher up than Jake. So
especially when he says when Mike Tyson said, you know what, maybe I'll fight Logan next. and then Logan says, motherfucker, I'll kill you. I was like, dude, you really have to say that, man? Really?
Like, dude, chill.
Like,
chill.
At least Jake,
he ruins every industry he steps in.
Exactly. Like, dude, Logan Paul, he likes to make everything about himself.
Yeah,
dude, he
does a very good job with that.
I hate him. Chance says, would you recommend pre-ordering Prismatic Evolutions, or do you see a Crown Z in the situation? Ooh.
I don't know where the hell you pre-order Prismatic Evolutions these days. I mean,
if you're able to pre-order Prismatic Evolutions for a retail, because there's pre-ordering for 2x the price and pre-ordering for retail. But if you're able to pre-order anything for a retail, I would pick it up because you can have a tough time.
Yeah, if you can pre-order anything at MSRP, it's worth pre-ordering because if anything, you can just cancel the order if you really wanted it to be that way. But I would not pre-order anything for over MSRP. I think that's silly. Can I step away for like 1 sec?
Yeah, you good.
Tip 0, man. Bathroom break.
No worries. Disco Botto in the chat. What's up? Let's talk. Good to see you, my mans. Blind Casper. I'm scared of my order getting canceled. It depends on like what you got it from. If you got it from Pokemon Center, you should be completely fine, to be honest. Or other. I think you'll be fine. I mean, those are kind of like rare situations. I haven't really had my order canceled whenever I did a pre-order. However, I'm probably gonna jinx myself now. But I got most of my pre-orders from like Best Buy. What was it? GameStop, Pokemon Center. So I think I should be good. I hate this market. You have to buy stuff instantly or bots get it all. I agree, Jimbo. I think it sucks. It's very unfortunate. I mean, like a perfect example today. I already touched on it, but like a very highly popular website just got instantly bought out in a minute. I know damn well it's not because people are fast when getting those emails or anything. It's majority of it's bots, and same thing with the Pokemon Center. I'm loving this chat today. I'm loving you today. I always love you. Now, good to see you as well. Sleeve no card behind. Vivo rips. I only got 2 PC ETBs. I also got only 2 PC ETBs, but I mean, I feel like that. I don't think they're gonna release them anytime soon. Maybe they'll restock them at release. I think that usually happens with Pokemon Center ETBs, but man, I highly doubt that they're just gonna be available for more than a day. I think they're probably gonna sell out in like an hour, to be honest. Yeah, I'm kind of already made up my mind, and I'm gonna wait. I'm just gonna wait. Just wanted you guys' take. Happened to get 2 ETBs from Pokemon Center. Hey, good for you, Chance. Good to you. Good for you. And like I think at a certain point there will be some chances to get prismatic evolutions for a decent price, because I feel like Pokemon is gonna reprint the set to oblivion. I I still think it's gonna hold a lot of value, but I think it'd be similar to a situation what we had the 25th anniversary of Pokemon, where it was very hyped at first. It got a bunch of freaking hype. It was sold out. People were scalping the shit out of it. But at a certain point, like they kept on releasing new products, and at a certain point, you're gonna get it for MSRP. So again, I wouldn't completely FOMO into it. I think there's gonna be a lot of chances for you to get it. At
You good? I'm good.
in a long period of time. Just you just can't rush it. I would say so. Great content, Roxanne. You're doing great. I appreciate you, man. Appreciate you. Nice to hear some people actually got the PCT ETBs. I mean, yeah. I mean, it was it sold out very quick. But I mean, I wasn't like too worried about it when I woke up. I was like, I woke up one day, I saw the notification up. I was like, okay. I drank my tea, had some breakfast, came back. I'm like, okay, they're still up. Okay, I'll buy 2. And then later the next day, it was just completely sold out. I was like, oh, it's gonna be one of those sets. Because at before it, I just never saw it happen. Like, I mean, I got Surging Sparks as well, and that sold out as well. But before this, like every single Pokemon Center ETB in Scarlet and Violet era, it was readily available. So not sure if it's just me or he's lagging in and out. Am I lagging, DiscoBot?
Yes, they'll be 90.
Yeah, it's lagging. Okay, hold up. Let me do a little. It's lagging just a tad bit. Okay, balance. All right. Tell me if it's good now. Oopsie. There you go. It should be better. Jimbo says, I got 2